Okay, so you learned about FTMO and you learned that you can get huge amounts of funding, you have your foolproof strategy that you backtested and you decided to open a challenge. And things are going awesome up until one point, and then using the same strategy things seem to be going a bit sideways, and then you are in a bit of a drawdown. And at some point around here you decide that the strategy isn't that foolproof and you go online again to find an even better one. Things go well for a few trades and then you tank. Don't get me wrong, having a solid winning strategy is the base of your winning foundation, but that's only a small part of it, because having a strategy that works over 50% of the time with a more than 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio should be more than enough. The next thing that you have to focus, and the most important one, is yourself. What I'm basically saying is that the strategy is only the tip of your trading iceberg. So what's underneath the water is the thing that counts the most. So you have to think about how you relate to money, how you relate to winning, how you relate to losing, that's the most important part, and what your habits are. So this is what this video will be about basically, and I hope you're up for some honest and truthful trading talk. So I have to say from the beginning that this won't be your standard trading psychology video, because by this time I'm sure you're more than fed up with the risk management. Only trade with the money that you can afford to lose, trend is your friend, set stop losses and calculate your lot sizes. No, if you want that sort of video, you can find tons of them on every trading channel out there. I want us to make a deep and uncomfortable dive in our minds, and maybe we can emerge with something useful. So we'll split this into 3 parts, as you can see: technical aspects, mindset aspects, and your relationship to money. Disclaimer: if you stuck so far with this video, I expect you to be nothing but honest and introspective. Okay, so let's start with the technical aspects. So first of all, if you can't explain or verbalize your edge during an elevator ride, then you don't have an edge. I'm sorry to lay it down so brutal for you from the get-go, but this is the truth. If you aren't able to pinpoint your exact edge in reading the market, or your precise reason for entering and exiting trades with zero ambiguity, then sooner or later you will be toast. Get a sheet of paper and put down the exact conditions and reasoning behind you entering and exiting the markets, as if you were explaining it to the mailman. If you can't figure out a way, well, still can't, well, try another approach, until you find the one that snaps perfectly to your way of thinking. Okay, so this is a classic one: don't hunt for tops and bottoms. This is a thing that I did a lot in my beginning years as a trader, and I'm still tempted to do. I won't emphasize on this because it's self-explanatory and quite mainstream, so let's move on, shall we? Subscribe to Krillex. How did this get here? No, sorry about this. Okay, before you enter a trade, know exactly where you will exit, winning or not. How many times have you found yourself in a trade that goes in your favor, but you don't have a clear idea why or when you'll exit? To be honest, I do this a lot. I move my stop loss at break even at 1-to-1, then move it back to its original point, and so on. But wait, let's make this even more fun. How many times have you extended your stop loss because there was a level there that you didn't see before? Don't. The click that opens the trade should be the last for the trade. Oh, but Alex, I use a dynamic stop loss trailing that works for me all the time. Well, good for you. We're talking about building and fortifying mindsets here. Trust me, this is the way to start. And once you do this, don't double and triple check how the trade is going from candle to candle. For sure you'll have better things to do with your time. If not, just type the letter P on your browser and see what pops up. Another fun one: so never add to a losing trade. Again, this is mainstream, but I have to check this box as well. Don't treat trading as gambling, thinking that if you add to a losing trade, it will be easier and faster to cover the whole thing. If you're in drawdown, it means that you were wrong. Don't dwell on your mistakes and move on. Okay, so I think this was for the technical part, guys. Yes, so let's start with some fun mindset aspects. The first one and the most heavy thing that I want to cover here is this one. So be patient with your winning trades and impatient with your losing trades. As you can see, I did some rad color coding there for you guys. Appreciate it. So going back to the slide, if you make a good call, don't get anxious and lock profits right away. Let the market do its thing, even if it takes a toll on your mental energy seeing the trade go a bit against you. Again, take this with a grain of salt. Be sure to stick with your plan and act accordingly. The thing is, you don't have to build in a quick win just to get break even from previous trades or some other fun things like that, as we spoke about in previous slides. When it comes to trades that go against you from the start, you have to be ruthless. Cut partials or even the whole position if the markets give you clear signs of coming near to your stop loss. Wait for another entry and execute. Rinse, repeat. The stop loss should be there just in case of impulsive moves in the market. Don't be stubborn and cut your losses short. Think of it as getting a discount on your next entry. Never end up hoping and praying for a trade to go away from the stop loss. If it's closing in on that point, you did something wrong. Save what's left and just move on. And of course, it's okay to feel uncomfortable and stressed. This is quite important, and I can guarantee you that even after tens of years of trading and a shitload of market experience, you will still be anxious. Trading is a difficult and it will stay this way. It's your job to make informed decisions while embracing the feelings of uncertainty and anxiety that come along with this. The flip side is quite worrying, because if you don't feel at least a bit uncomfortable, it means either that you're not pushing strong enough or that you're basically oblivious of what you're doing. Remember, if you're not even a bit scared, it means that you are not going fast enough. Another rad color coding for you guys. Be aggressive when winning and humble when losing. So this is related to the previous slide, the one with the patience with winners and impatience with losers. But I left it here because I want to tackle the gambling mindset once again. It's against human nature, as you may well agree, to start risking more when having some wins in your bag and to lower the risk when things aren't going your way. I know it's painful and it outright feels like shit, but that's exactly what you want to be doing. Don't up your risk while down just to get break even. The most dangerous thing that will happen here is you actually managing to get break even or even in a profit, because in this way the behavior will be enforced and there's only a matter of time before you go bust hunting the same break even. Stay composed and don't chase being break even, because that's what you'll end up. Okay, sorry, moving on. This is the final one from the mindset guys, and I find this quite useful, and at least this is an improvement that I have to make on my side. Cash is not the measure of success. So don't set goals like I want to make $100 per day and then I'll quit. What happens if you end up making 86? You open a marginal trade and lose another 50. Now you're up only 36 and you keep chasing marginal trades. Keep in mind and repeat with fervor. A successful trading day is the day when you stuck to your plan to the letter. The financial outcome really doesn't matter. And this is a bonus for you guys, how to relate to money. And this is quite interesting. First of all, thanks for sticking up to this point, guys. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so before covering this point, which says that you need money to make money, and this is quite a nice one. So here you are with your $300 account watching YouTube videos of traders whose stop losses match your entire balance. You then start thinking, yeah, of course they're rich, they have 50k accounts and are able to make money. There's nothing I can do with my paltry 300. Well, this is quite a nice reality show idea. I'm not sure if it's been done, but I bet you all the money that if you were to get that 50k account overnight, by the end of the month, it will be down to 300 again. Don't think in sums, think in percentages. Okay, maybe your 3% win is a pack of gum, and for the trader that you follow on YouTube, the same 3% would buy a holiday. But that's not the point. It's the same 3%. Learn to manage the money that you have and things will shape up in time.